Sorry for that. Sorry for that mistake. It's just
there are some people tell me, because mimi sijanona, that I'm okay. No, it doesn't mean that if you're not fat, you are free. No, we have a lot of cardiovascular challenges, a lot of lifestyle diseases that are killing people. And actually, I tell people today, cardiovascular challenges have killed more people than demons have. And that is why I want to give you some tips, some wisdom. And some medics are saying, before I go to this book, some medics are saying that some diseases, if early detected, are treatable. Cancer, if you discover cancer at an early age, it is treatable. But what are we doing? We are not paying attention. We are not paying attention even to going for medical checkups. And that is why we need to be very keen. We need to preach this message. Now, my deliverance came when I looked at the wheel of life, and I discovered that I'm doing very well in other areas. Financially, I'm doing very well. In family matters, I'm doing very well. All the areas in my life, spiritually, education-wise, academically, I was doing very well. But I discovered health-wise, I was not doing very well. So the health of life, that is what brought deliverance to me. Now, if I may continue, you can look at that book, how to build habit-forming products. Food. This is, the author is there. I read this book, and it makes me deeply think about these matters as I share with you. Now, there is this book that is asking us why we are being hooked, why we are being bombarded by eating junk food. So companies are coming up with some of the most irresistible habit-forming beings. They are producing products that are habit-forming, for your information. And today, one of the targeted things in the market in the world today is sugar. So sugar currently is their go-to ingredient. And they are saying, nowadays, when I read this book, The Hooked, they are saying they are using some technologies that are able to cure addictions, or they are coming up. We are even being taken to MRI machines, so that as these people do research, they can come up with products that are habit-forming, so that you can use a product for many years, and that is how they make money. So they are scientifically engineering foods that are habit-forming, especially the food that is being taken by our children, food that is habit-forming. So just follow me. I'm taking you to a journey. So imagine the marketers, the companies, the big companies today, there are all of them thinking about how they are going to hook us with their products. So which freedom do we really have? We discover that we may not have a lot of freedom even to choose, because when you go to the supermarket, what is full there is the food that they have engineered to make us to love them. So most addictive products are actually safe in their natural form. I want to tell you about this product called heroin. Heroin is a very okay product. It comes from poppy seeds. So when a product is in their natural state, they are very okay. When you talk about cocaine comes from cocoa plant. When we talk about alcohol, it comes from fruits and grains until it is fermented. We know people who grow sorghum and other things to make alcohol that are financed by Kenyan breweries today in Kenya. So in their natural form, these are very good things. And when we talk about cocaine, or maybe talk about cocoa is one of, or cocaine is one of the products that has been used It has been chewed by farmers in West Africa. It has been used in coffees. Why? It helps you work longer hours. I've seen some people who chewed this, especially the long distance drivers, so that they can stay alert. Just like our Mira, I come from Meru. My accent tells itself. Now, we are saying that things get banned when now we industrialize cocoa so that we form this white stuff called cocaine. So when we define the cocoa plant down to its most concentrated form to get the literal rock or white powder, which is cocaine, now that is now where the problem comes. But we are saying, as I was researching on this, but that by up to 19th century, cocaine was actually very, very good product. It was just like sugar today. It was used everywhere. People used to give it to their children. They used to add it in their drinks. Now, I want to talk about the Coca-Cola company, that it is one of the most successful companies that was started in 1980s. And the founders of the company were so proud of their research that formed the Coke. Why? It was so good that they even vowed they will never change it. But in 1903, Coca-Cola was forced to change this thing because of the kind of political shift. And that is when they make cocaine an illegal drug. So we said cocaine is very okay in its natural form. Now I'm just taking you to for a journey. Please follow me. So I'm saying cocaine was very okay, but they illegalized it in 1903. So that is when Coke took it out of soda and they replaced it with a very addictive substance called caffeine. So today, you have a concentrated dose of sugar and the caffeine, all of them concentrated, and they are put together, and that is now where we form the Coke. I've seen some adverts of Coca-Cola, some adverts that people are even lifted up. So we have the double pleasure when you take concentrated cocaine, concentrated caffeine and sugars because of the energy. So there are chances that you'll be hooked up and you'll be looking for the soda everywhere you go. And one thing that I want to tell you is that as long as the companies are not breaking the nicotine laws, they can formulate any product that is habit forming as long as they are not breaking the nicotine laws. That is the sad part of it. And we are saying that right now, when you go to any supermarket in Kenya, 74% of foods in your grocery store, they have added sugars. Sometimes I look at some things that they have added sugar and I wonder, why do they need to add? I've seen some groundnuts, they add sugar on it, they coat sugar with this. So I wonder, why should you coat groundnut with the sugar? So stuff that don't even taste sweet have added sugars in them. So why do I care about this as I speak to you this afternoon? When I read this book, what really disturbs me is not the obesity that is rising, but two things. Number one, it is the appearance of these adult diseases in children. Today we get children who are very young with diabetes. I have a brother-in-law who does ananjindunga because he has diabetes, very young people. So the appearance of adult diseases in children, type 2 diabetes, and guess what? It is linked to heavy sugar consumption, especially sugared drinks. And what do you get in the supermarket when you go to the supermarket? My friend, it is these sugary things. Like I told you, 74% of foods in our supermarket. Now, type 2 is what we call diabetes. And in our parents' generation, these diseases were never found in children. So that is what worries me. Why do I care about this as I teach you this afternoon? Number two, it is the appearance of new diseases that seem to come out of nowhere. You see some diseases and you wonder, where did this kind of disease come from? If you don't know, my friend, I've been in this health industry and I've visited the patients, I've visited the people. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. So these kind of diseases that really scare people is what really makes me think about this. And this is all linked to heavy sugar consumption. Now, the good news is that the solution is within our reach. Neolife is here, and Neolife mission is to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And that is why we say to make the world a healthier and a happier place. And we say your health is your greatest wealth. That is what I was told, and that is what I believe. And for us to have good health, we need three things. Number one, for us to have good health, we need to have rest. We need to rest, sleep at least for 6 to 8 hours. Then we need to do what? We need to exercise. We need to do some exercise. By the way, if you have not been exercising, please move out of that bed. Make sure that you are exercising and making your body to utilize the glucose in the body so that you are able now to function normally. If there's anything today that I really try my level best is to exercise. It is until I met a lady that I'll be talking about this evening that has cancer. She has been declared cancer-free. She had breast cancer. She used some of these products, and today she was declared cancer-free. But she has been amekatwa matiti mbili. This lady stresses the need of exercise. And this is what she tells me, that there is no growth that can happen in oxygenated blood. So the reason why we exercise is to make our bodies vibrant, to oxygenate our blood systems. So please make sure that you're exercising. And you don't, I was called here to teach you, and that is why I'm sharing these things. Then number 3 is about diet. Diet is now where the problem comes in. We are saying health is affected by 3 things. We need to sleep, exercise, and diet. But 0 to 8 years to 25 years, we are very energetic. 25 to 45, we go to the tired zone. Over 60, we are sick. And mostly it's because of the diet. So I'm talking about number 3. And that is what I'm going to major in. And as I teach you this afternoon, I'm not saying that we are here to cure diabetes. We are not here as medics. We are just trying to look for a way, as I advise you on the dieting part of it, is that we are just trying to look for a way that our biochemistry of the body, that when we give you diet, the natural methods, because the way that our bodies were formed, naturally it repairs itself. And they say after taking our product for 7 months, the cells are renewed automatically. And we are saying we want to advise you on the nutrition or the food so that the body can repair itself. If you have been maybe pre-diabetic or you have been diabetic, the body can repair itself so that you can return to the normal. And that is why we are saying today, the chronic diseases are rising because of the lifestyle disease. The lifestyle disease, World Health Organization has declared some of these. This is a research by World Health Organization that these diseases, heart diseases, cancer, diabetes. So I'm talking about a lifestyle disease, a chronic disease that is caused by our lifestyle. Now, we see cancer is one of the threats. I was looking at another clip. I wish I can share that clip, but time may not allow me. But on Tuesday, I've been called by a cancer organization, the Need a Cancer Initiative. They have invited me on Tuesday evening to share with the people. Now, I'll be sharing about cancer. I have some guest speakers with me. But for today, I want to concentrate on this one, the diabetes, because that is what I'm here to speak about. And we are saying this projected increase. Just look at that statistics. It is going to be increasing by 2045. But just look at my table there, that in Africa, it is 143. Just look at Europe, 15%. Central America, 55%. North America, 33%. Just look at Africa. That is where an alarm is. And we are seeing out of diabetes today, one death every 80 seconds. You can calculate how many people are dying in a day. And it is so sad. And the sad part of also is that 60% of adults with diabetes are unaware they have it. That is the sad part of it. And we are seeing in Africa, 143% increase. That is very scary. Prostate cancer, 140% increase by 2030. So if I may go to, if I may dig deeper to this disease called diabetes, what is it? So we are saying diabetes is a metabolic disorder in which the body has high sugar levels for a prolonged period of time, or then the body has been tired of producing insulin that is able to help the insulin or the glucose to enter into the cells. So that is what we call the diabetes, and we are saying there are 3 types of diabetes. But right now I'm going to concentrate with the type 2 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes, where the body does not produce insulin, we have type 2 diabetes, and then we have the gestational period. That is a temporary condition in a pregnancy. Those people with pregnancy, some people, because of the lifestyle and the way they are, the genetic makeup, they can develop the gestational diabetes, which sometimes is periodical. But now I want to concentrate with type 1 diabetes. Just briefly then concentrate on type 2 diabetes. So type 1 diabetes, or what we call juvenile diabetes, which is autoimmune diabetes, where the cells are fighting against the cells. So in this manner, or in this scenario, you don't have the ability to produce insulin. And mostly this one is genetic. It is genetic because it comes from the family. So we are saying the body doesn't have the ability to produce the insulin in the system. So that is the type 1 diabetes, and then we go to the type 2 diabetes. Now, this is now mostly that comes as a result of the lifestyle that we are talking about. So I will not concentrate. I can see my time is running very fast. I'm just trying to rush so that I give you more information. So we are talking about type 2 diabetes, and this is in a situation where more sugar produced than it can enter the tissues. So the body doesn't use insulin properly. So it doesn't mean the pancreas is not producing insulin. But because of the way we are eating, I told you, asubuhi unaamka, chai umeweka vijiko ngapi ya sukari? 2, 3. I remember there is a place I usually go to town. Nikapata another warrior, anaweka kapewa chai kikombe. Anaweka kijiko 1, 2. Ya 3, karibu niende kumshika mkono. Why? Because I can see, and when you look at the man, already he looks problems. So this is a situation whereby you are getting more sugars and you are not able to convert. The insulin that is being produced is not able to convert. And what happens? You get insulin resistance. And that is where now the sugar levels increase. And when increase for long term, for many years, and there's a condition called prediabetes that I'll be talking about. But when it increases for many years, 5 to 7 years, that is now when the pancreas gets tired and you develop this condition called the type 2 diabetes. So you can see, maybe I brought this so that you can understand how you eat food, especially the carbohydrates. That's what is converted to glucose. And in the system, when you eat that kind of food, the body produces insulin so that it can observe that glucose to enter into the cells so that it can give you the energy that you require. But now, because of the lifestyle that we are living, because of what is happening, you discover that this excessive sugar in the system for a long time, you are not able to convert. There are some risk factors. And one of the risk factors that I wrote here, some of the risk factors, is that genetic or ethnicity. Risk factors for developing type 2 diabetes is genetic because we are not able to produce. But number two, there's overweight. Now, this kind of system here, when the glucose stays for longer into the body that is not being observed into the body because the insulin being produced is not enough, what happens is that now this is glucose is converted to fats. And as a result, you now start struggling with weight. Number two, you discover that because of the blood sugars for longer time, it starts producing what we call uric acid. And uric acid makes the blood to produce salt. And as a result, the blood pressure increases. And that is why I usually tell people, hizi magonjwa zinakuanga kama brother na sister. If you have diabetes, most probably you have overweight. Number two, you start having high blood pressure issues. So it is like brother and sister because of the interconnectivity of this system. So I'm just trying to simplify for you what happens. Now, these are some of the, and another risk factor is the poor diet, the way we are eating, and the last one is inactivity. I've not put that one into a slide, but the four risk factors of developing type 2 diabetes. Number one, we said it is genetic. Genetic because you are inability to produce the insulin. Then number two, the overweight. Overweight comes as a result of when the fats are being stored in the body because too much sugar stays in the blood. Number three, we talked about the poor diet. You're eating too much sugars, carbohydrates every now and then. And when I look at the diet of Kenyans, mchele, ugali, chapati, mikate, ngwashi. These are the kind of food that we eat. Now, poor diet, number three. By the way, in my research, I've discovered that I need to eat more proteins because when I eat more proteins, even my weight is constant. I will not add weight. So just try this. And then the last one, risk factors is inactivity. We need to exercise. Yes. So these are signs of diabetes: frequent urination, excessive thirst, you hunger so much, yani unakula saizi within no time, so lazima ukae ukikula mara mingi. Unexplained weight loss. Unexplained weight loss, I've explained that because of glycemic response, that affect when you have diabetes. Then extreme tiredness, irritability. Then we have the blunt vision, and then we have the slow healing of wounds. Now, we go to the next. Long-term complications of type 2 diabetes. So I said, because of the constant level of blood sugar in the system, some complications are said to happen into your system. And we have the cardiovascular and microvascular diseases. So these are the large blood vessels, and the small vessels may be affected. So we have the long-term complications. So when you have this high level of blood in the system, you experience these challenges. So we have the macrovascular diseases, maybe the coronary artery, the brain, the nervous system in the small blood vessels can be damaged. Now, we are talking about the prediabetes. We are saying prediabetes when the sugar levels are usually very high. Ati umekula saizi chai, umegonga vijiko mbili tatu, umekula mkate mandazi, saa nne umefanya the same. Lunch time umegonga chips, umeongeza soda, saa 10. So the blood levels are high. They are high throughout the day. You repeat that one tomorrow, 1 week, 1 month, 2 months, 1 year. 2 years. So this is a condition where the blood sugar levels are higher than normal. It has not been yet confirmed to be type 2 diabetes, but the condition of type 2 diabetes, we say 60% of Kenyans are now aware they are pre-diabetic. So this is a condition you need to check because it can bring so many challenges. So it is the good news is that if you have pre-diabetes, a change of lifestyle can help you reverse the system. Now, I want to help you understand these things, that our body is made up of cells, and each cell in this body, actually we say there's 73 trillion cells in a human body, and each cell must be fed. You must feed by the food that we are eating. Each cell must be protected, every cell, so that you cannot get the infections. Then another thing is that you need to renew these cells. You need to renew them and repair. And that is why we are saying after 7 months, a body is repaired. You develop new cells. But there are people take longer. And that is why we are saying we need to understand nutrition at the cellular level. And that is where so many companies have not gone. But in Neolife, our company, we have gone to the smallest part of the cell. Actually, recently, they introduced a product. These are some of the things that I'm so passionate. I read them, I research about these things, and I get this knowledge, and I discover the challenge so many people have. It's very, very small things that if we understand that cell is where nutrition starts, or nutrition starts at the cellular level, then it will be very easy for you to understand these things when we share with you. I remember when I joined the company, they used to explain these things. I never got to understand, but I'm here to help you understand. So we are saying most of the people are in this place here, and healthy cell, where the nutrients can't get in, the waste can't go out. Remember, we said a human being is made up of cells, 73 trillion cells. So you must understand this, that unhealthy cell, why? Because of the way we are eating. But unhealthy cell looks like this, whereby the nutrients can get in and the waste can go out. And this is now the mitochondria, where the energy is produced in the nucleus. And this is when they have introduced a new product called the CoQ10 inside the cell. But that is the topic of another day. I want you to understand, when I was talking about the glucose coming into the system, when you eat food, it comes into the system. And you can see these green dots here. This is now what we call the glucose. And the orange dots here, this is insulin. So when you take carbohydrates, when you take food, the body now produces more green dots here. They enter into the body as food. But now the body also producing, says, the orange dots. I hope you can understand. Now we proceed. Now what happens? Now you can see what is happening here. You can see that cell here. Just check here that when you eat food, when it has glucose, now it has, the body has to produce insulin, so that the next thing you can check here now from the cell is that it has to come and enter. So the cell must be very soft and permeable using the receptors, so that it can be able now to enter into the cell and go to the nucleus, so that it can be able to produce the energy in the body. And that is why we are saying our company has gone to the cellular level to help us understand the nutrition part of it. So you can see here that when you take that food, it enters, then glucose comes and insulin is produced. So the orange part of it, this is insulin. Now it is insulin that helps the glucose, you can check now, to enter into the cell, inside the cell. I hope you're understanding. We continue. Now, after making you understand this, we are saying that is what we eat. But nutrition is what actually our cells receive. So don't confuse the two. And we are saying The key to preventing diseases and promoting health is we do the three things. We number one, manage the weight by avoiding a lot of carbohydrates. Number two, we do some physical activity so that our bodies can be oxygenated. Number three, we need to eat diet that is rich in whole foods. And that is what I'm going to explain to you now. So this is according to the CDC, National Cancer Institute, American Heart Association. These people have done their research. Now, let me go to the food part of it. We are saying diet is where the problem is. And we are being advised here. You can see this. This is simplification of this. We can see the images here. That we need to take a lot of food that is rich in whole grain. Whole grain. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits half, vegetables half. Then we take a lot of less proteins, fats, and the sugars. Now, this is unhealthy food pyramid. Now, we remember, we are trying to see the root cause of diabetes. Where does diabetes come from? It is because of taking a lot of sugars. And where does the sugars come from? From the food that we are eating. Now, this is how we were supposed to eat. But now, just look at those pictures. What is the kind of food that we are giving our children, especially on a Sunday like today, after service? When we go to these joints, I'm not saying it is bad, but now we need to understand what long effect do we have. Now, this is the modern day diet. You can see here, this is here. The modern day diet, you can see here. This is something like this. Why? Because people are eating a lot of fats and sugars. We're eating less protein. Whole grain, atukuli kabisa. Exercise, we forgot about it. But we are supposed to be here. This is a healthy diet. And what is the result? If I may explain here, we need to take a lot of whole grain, fruits and vegetables, protein, and less fats. But we are doing the opposite. Now, what is the result? Respiratory diseases, diabetes, that I'm talking about this evening, that I'm so passionate that people can prevent, people can overcome this challenge if we know the kind of food that we need to take. Now, what is now missing here? This is the typical lifestyle here. But now the challenge is that this is the right way. But in between here, there is a gap that we need to fill. So we need to turn our pedagogic advisory board to come, who came and research. And actually, the people who came up with our latest product that I want to talk about, the Botanical Balance, are the scientific advisory board. These are the top doctors, top scientists, top nutritionists. They sit down. Actually, these people are paid for thinking. And you can see, these are PhDs in food and scientists, biochemists. These are top nutritionists. They came up with a solution, and the solution is very simple: Pro-Vitality, where you get the whole grain from the tree and N, fruits and vegetables. You get a carotenoid complex. We get nutrition for protein, then omega-3 to remove the fat and the sugars. But now, I want us to understand, because I'm taking you to a journey that we are going to have a solution. And our company is in a mission of making the world a healthier and happier place. So they have come up with breakthrough products. Lately, they came up with the Botanical Balance. They have come up with the CoQ10. They came up with a magnesium complex. But let me explore more about Botanical Balance. So Botanical Balance is one of the products that has been produced, or they have come up with a breakthrough product. Actually, I tell people, this is a breakthrough product in regulating or promoting blood glucose balance in your body. Why? It's a product that has been made from the cinnamon, the turmeric, and other. Actually, I tell people, what the product does is the most important. For the doctors, maybe the medics here, the scientists who would want to get more information, you can research more about the ingredients. But ideally, Botanical Balance is what promotes blood glucose balance, so that you are taking 2 tablets before the largest meals of the day. So if I take every lunch, I take 2 tablets 30 minutes before, so that now when I take food, it is not going to enter into the blood system to start causing my pancreas to produce more insulin. But what happens is that when I take the botanical balance, it is going to be able to regulate the blood, the glucose levels in the system. And like I said, these are the results, these are the research, the trajectory of the increase, and we need to be very worried. So when I talk about the botanical balance, this is a breakthrough product for diabetic people. And I would really wish that if the people listening to me this afternoon can really capture this, we are going to help so many people overcome this challenge, that the diabetes that we are talking about is able to bring other challenges in our bodies. So who needs to hear about the botanical balance? Young or mature? We say today even young people are getting these challenges. Eating the Western diet, people are eating the kind of food that we are eating today. But we know people are overweight. And if I may tell you the truth, I discovered that my weight is going up, and I bought a botanical balance. I was 80 kgs. I took the product, the botanical balance, like I was recommended, just to make sure that my weight is okay. I used to go for gym, but I continued adding more weight. But when I used the botanical balance, I lost weight. Actually, right now, I'm 71 kgs, courtesy of the botanical balance. Until now, my wife is telling me, don't lose more weight. Now, so overweight people, most of the people come to me with overweight. The first product I recommend them is botanical balance. Do that and you thank me. Then those people have already been advised to watch their blood sugar levels. Please, if you are that person who has been advised, you need to be cautious. Then the type 1 diabetes, you need to be very cautious. You need to discuss with the doctors or the doctors of that client before you recommend them the botanical balance. But people with type 2 diabetes, please take a lot of botanical balance. And we are saying 4 tablets a day might help minimize your chances of becoming one of the 463,000 people living with diabetes. We said one person dies out of every 80 seconds. So you can calculate the amount, the number of people, and that is the figure that I've given you there. So we are saying just 4 tablets. Why? We said take 2 tablets before the largest meals of the day. So if you take maybe an heavy breakfast, you take in the morning. Maybe if you take lunch, you take before lunch. If you take supper, although I would recommend you, for those people who take supper, please always take 4 hours or 3 hours before you go to sleep. But take at least two tablets of the botanical balance before the meals, so that it will help you to balance your glucose level. So it maintains glucose uptake, it optimizes insulin uptake, and maximizes insulin receptors, or the function of the receptors. I told you the orange part is for the insulin. So it will maximize that insulin receptor so that it is able to be observed into the system. Now, I have a testimonial here of this guy. Imagine a man who has served for over 30 years, and this product is introduced in the market. This is especially when just immediately after the product was introduced in the market. Now, I've been diabetic for over 30 years. You can read for yourself. I began taking botanical balance in October 2020. I remember 2020 was the time of Corona, but our scientists were still researching, and they came up with this product that helped to balance the glucose levels, and it reduced the amount of insulin that I need. And that is why this man today is very healthy. That is Andy Bumba from Johannesburg. And then we can see this other lady called Margaret Clinton Parker, Zulu Natal, who was diabetic also, but using the product, she has been able to take control of her diabetic situation. Now, I want to share this clip with you so that you can be able to understand more. Sorry for that. I want to share this clip. I'm checking the sound. So friend, you tell me if I'm able to, the clip is audible. Sorry. Trying to share sound, I'm sorry. Sorry for that. I'm trying to share my screen. Sorry for this technology challenge. Yeah, there we go. You can hear my sound?
Yes, I can hear it very well. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So that's just a clip to help you understand what the botanical balance is able to do in your body. So this is one of the products that I would highly recommend. People who are struggling with the diabetes. People who are pre-diabetes. People who have been diagnosed of other challenges that we have talked about. Please try our botanical balance. That's a product actually I recommend it to every person I meet on the way, because that's a product I've used. I'm not diabetic. I just wanted to control my weight. I was able to manage that. I lost my weight right now. And it's a product that I'm recommending. I remember another neighbor of mine who is doing some construction. And she came and told me that, Bundi, I need to get the secret of what you use because I knew you. And I recommended the botanical balance. And as we talk now, she is really recommending the product to people. Now, to earn The next product that I would really want to add is the fiber tablets. Fiber tablets will make your stomach full. You take 4 tablets in the morning, it will make you full. So you avoid eating the food that we enjoy. You see, the craving. Craving is something that really affects so many people, especially people with weight challenges. Craving for these sugary things. Please make sure that you are able to control that. And as I finish, I can see time is running very fast. As I finish, our targeted solution, please remember that we have solutions in other areas. It is not only in diabetes. In case you have a challenge in your immune system, we have a carotenoid complex to help you. If you have a digestive challenge, please make sure that you are using our digestive health products. If you have a bone and joint challenge, especially if you have a parent, please make sure that you are buying a Calmac for them, a magnesium for them. Then if you have any challenge with your heart, any children program, women program, men program, if you are lacking some energy, you want to boost your energy, come and use our CoQ10. Our CoQ10 will sort you out plus our 3NN. You will be energetic. So that is our targeted solution. And like I said on Tuesday, sorry, this is a clip for another day. This lady using our Neolife product is our champion, is really recommending our product. She was diagnosed with cancer, tukienda kufanya election, but today she is cancer-free, courtesy of our product. Now she came up with an anti-cancer initiative that she is advising people on the need of eating right and trying to help people who have the treatment of cancer is really on them. So that is Nana. On Tuesday, we will be having our Zoom talk. If you can, I invite you, anybody who can reach me, I can share the link. Now, this is something she wrote as I finish. This is something she wrote on her page. She is saying, sugar is poison. Please, let's read together. She is saying, sugar is poison. It is one of the most addictive and destructive forms on the planet. The only difference between cocaine and the sugar is the time it takes to kill you. Next to cigarette and the stress is another one. Sugar is the fastest thing to end you because we call sugar an engine. Sugar is rocket fuel to diseases, viruses, bacteria, parasites, fungus, mold, yeast, and anything that grows, including cancer cells. Sugar is what they use in labs to grow viruses when they study diseases for the medics, for the pharmacists. Sugar turns into fat in our bodies. It demineralizes your body, pulls calcium from your bones, damages the immune system, leads to heart diseases, high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, throw off your hormones, fries your pancreas, and clogs your arteries. Because unused glucose becomes saturated fat and cholesterol, which is stored in your arteries, leading to high blood pressure and clot. Sugar cross-links protein and causes your skin to wrinkle. It causes inflammation in every cell of the body. So, my friends, that is what this lady wrote in her page. That is what she wrote in her page. I just read it the way it is. That we need to look for, we need to make sure that we are minimizing the sugar. And the sugar comes from even the ugali we eat, the rice we eat. Now, as I finish, take care of your body. It is the only place you live in. And this is what another mentor of mine told me, that some things you have to do every day. Don't wait for the whole week. Eating about 7 apples on Saturday night instead of one a day just isn't going to get the job done. So you wait for the whole week, then you eat in one day. No, it is what we do every day, every day. That is what is going to help you. If you are talking about the exercise, don't wait for one day to do the exercise of the whole week. Just do 30 minutes. It is going to help you. And you have to pay the price now or pay later. Guys, you need to join people empowering people to health and wealth. This company is there to help you. Now, for the people who are logged in here tonight, my friends, make sure that you are contacting the person who invited you. There's a business opportunity behind the product. As you are promoting health, you'll be paid by the company. For me, I was able to resign my job to come and do this business full-time because I discovered as I recommend people to health, as I share the information, and this is what my mentor told me. When I met my mentors, Akina friend Gishuki, they told me two things. Don't go to convince people to use the product from our company. Just educate them and make them understand why they need to use the product. And in the process, you start now the business part of it. And our business or model is very simple. Make sure that you're contacting the person who invited you so that they can give you more information about the business opportunity. And I can assure you, you love the business. So there's a business opportunity as we share good health, as we make the healthier place. Please make sure that you are getting into the business, and we are going to show you the way. Otherwise, join the people who are here to empower other people. And thank you for the comments. I can see we are past 2 minutes. I was given 1 hour, but we thank God that you came and you listened to this information. We'll be sharing more information. Otherwise, thank you very much. God bless you. Let's meet at the beaches of the world. Asanteni sana. Thank you.
Wow,
Thank
wow,
you, Fred.
wow. That is so exciting. That is so exciting. I love the info, the energy. It was truly, truly powerful. Bundi, you've done it. You've done it so well. Guys, there is it. I'm not going to add anything else. He has said it all. All I can say is see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock when we'll be having a presenter from South Africa who is basically going to take us through how you make money from Neolife. So do that tomorrow. Let's meet on this link and we'll be able to learn about the business aspect of it. Next week, we'll be back again. We'll be talking about a different aspect of health. And so make sure you invite somebody next week to come and learn some more. And this video will be available a little bit later today so that you can be able to share it with all your friends and family. And let us make a positive difference in people's lives. So thank you again, Mr. Bundi. That was powerful. Thank you all for attending the session, for your comments. I can see very positive comments there. And I know the message has gotten home. So let's share it with everybody. And better still, join us, become a member of Neolife, and get to partner with this company and change people's lives. So thank you all. God bless you and have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.